Hello everyone, today I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my entire LEGO Star Wars collection. I intended on doing this video quite a while ago. Normally I come out with one of these once every year, and I think recently I have done this in the past in January, but it's actually been over a year and a half. I haven't done this in June before, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys today. First of all, I'd like to apologize for kind of the awkward setup here. There's not really any good places to kind of fan over all these sets and spread them out. So there's quite a few awkward, maybe distractions in the background or whatever, but this is the best that I could do. Probably the most notable thing is normally I do my minifigure and my actual set collection separately, but today I'm just going to go ahead and put those all into one. I'm just going to include the minifigures with all the sets themselves. So yeah, let's go ahead and start getting into some of the sets over here on the left side. So these sets, of course, are the more Republic era, the Clone Wars era sets from at least the Republic side, episode 2, 3 in the Clone Wars. Those kind of spread all the way out to over in the middle section right there. And the camera's gonna have to be a little shaky because I'm kind of freehanding this, but just go ahead and show you guys some of the sets. We have the ATTE from 2003 right there. The newest, or not the newest, the turbo tank from, let's see, 2010 I believe. We have two of the oldest gunships back there from 2002. My newest set that I just got, which is of course the Republic Frigate, very awesome set. We also have two of the newer Republic fighter tanks right there, one of the older ones from 2008. And we also have a couple ships right there. One of is the V-19, the other one is the Republic Shuttle, an AT-AP. Just kind of go ahead over here. And in the middle here we have the ARC 170 from 2005. Kind of behind there we have the Z95, or shall I say right in front there, if you can kind of see that. Back behind that we have sort of all the miniature sort of Republic sets, including a couple of the newer sort of gunship style sets from the new battle pack. 3 or 4 BARC speeders, a V-wing. Let's see there, we got a couple of the Swamp Speeders, mini AV7 cannon. And here's kind of a better look at all those little sets that are kind of in there. Just go ahead and pan around sort of the Clone Wars section. And I've already released my Clone Army video for this year, but I just want to go ahead and show you guys kind of some of the clones too. Like I said, I'll be including the minifigures in this as well. So we have two major base plates of clone troopers right there, or shall I say separated on two main sections, should I say, and we got Phase 2 sort of over here. Again, if you see my Clone Army video, I've already covered all of these individually, so I'm not going to go into too much detail with these. Go ahead and sort of freehand the camera to give you guys a little bit better of a pan over for all of the minifigures right there. Kind of quite a few. So if you want to see that more up close, just go ahead and watch my Clone Army video. Behind that also there's this last sort of few Republic vehicles. I'll try to zoom in a little bit right here. We have a few AT-RTs right there. Two of the 2005, one 501st one, and the one that came with the clone turbo tank. Now next I'd like to kind of focus on the Imperial, rather the few Imperial sets that I have. You can see back there next to the AT-RTs, there are 3 of the Battle Pack from Rogue One walkers. We have one of the oldest TIE Fighters from 2001. Also from 2001 we have the AT-ST back there in that corner. A TIE Striker. We got a couple other miniature sets right there, including another, or should I say not another, but the only hover tank that I have, the Imperial hover tank. And of course we've also got the base plate of Stormtrooper and Imperial minifigures as well. So there's the base plate right here, just full of all the Stormtroopers, various Imperial minifigures of course. And right behind that you can see that I have all of my Jedi minifigures kind of separated from the Clone Army on their own sort of base plate. Again, I already kind of reviewed that in my Clone Army. Same thing with the Stormtrooper Army. So if you want to see any of the minifigures up close, they all kind of have their separate videos. That's why I didn't really want to combine them all into one major video like I normally do of all the minifigures together, because you can kind of already see them all separate anyways. Now coming over to this side right here, this is where kind of all these Separatist and Rebel Alliance vehicles and minifigures are. I'm just going to go ahead and sort of pick this up. Again, freehand, I apologize about the terrible camera work in this because there's not really any thing I can do about that. We got a newer U-Wing back there. We got the oldest of the X-Wing. Again, a little snow speeder right there. As far as the Oh, I also should mention that we also have the little Y-Wing right there, the newer Y-Wing, should I say. Also, a couple other smaller vehicles like the Land Speeder, a couple looks like fueling vehicles for like the X-Wing and the Y-Wing and stuff like that. Also have just the base plate of minifigures right here. Go ahead and just kind of show you that right there, just various Rogue One figures, kind of the Luke Skywalker, Han Solo figures, and then of course like all the pilots and actual troopers themselves. Just coming right over on into the Separatist Alliance, sort of the Trade Federation. There we have various just different vehicles from Episode 1 all the way through Episode 3 in the Clone Wars, including Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. We got the Droid Hyena Bomber, just various homing spider droids right there, spider droid vehicles, AAT, MTT, various other vehicles, again all showcased in a separate video if you haven't seen that already. Just kind of quickly zooming over all of this, there's the what do you call that, the N2 Naboo Starfighter right there, various minifigures out in front and everything. And yeah, that's kind of summarizes all of the Separatist and Trade Federation vehicles. And then here, of course, is their own base plate of minifigures as well. So, kind of unique in terms of what figures I have. I don't really have a ton of droids, but I have a lot of other ones. Notably, I have like 2 of these Jango Fett minifigures right here, the older one. How I accumulated some of these figures, I don't really know. But I don't have too many battle droids, especially compared to like the clones and everything like that. So yeah, that's kind of all of the Separatist minifigures and vehicles, along with all the Rebel Alliance. I don't know if you can kind of see that back there. I already kind of showed that to you guys. And I believe that is kind of everything that there is in this entire collection, so kind of an awkward, in terms of editing, not the best video. It's kind of hard to try to show all of this. It's not quite like individually separating a different army or whatever and kind of showing that off on like its own sort of screen or whatever. You got a nice actual background and not just walls like this or whatever. But I also did last year a video showcasing my favorite vehicles and favorite sets in general that I have in this set. I might do that later this summer. Also might make an updated list of my favorite minifigures I have in this collection. So if there's any ideas you have for different things you want to see from this collection, whether that be more armies or whatever, maybe it's individual collections themselves, or even if it's just like different top 10s or whatever, as I was mentioning before, go ahead and let me know if you want to see anything else with this collection. It doesn't really get much use on screen. That's why I like to go ahead and just show it, because most of the time I'm either looking at an individual set or building like a mock or using them for stop motion or whatever. You don't really get to see this on screen all at once, so I like to go ahead and kind of show you how the collection grew. And I also have a couple other sets I'd like to go ahead and show you real quick. And those are these 3 sets right here. These are the only unopened sets that I have. Just a Republic fighter tank, a U-Wing, and a battle pack as well. Just different sets that I have either duplicates of or sets that I bought just to kind of store away and leave unbuilt just in case one day I want to build something. You know, I kind of had a lot more sets. I had probably 9 or 10 unopened sets, but I recently just started building them because I've been getting bored or whatever, so these are all the only 3 that I actually have left. So I think that pretty much concludes this video. I would go and get all my unopened boxes, how many different dozens of boxes there are, but that would be way too much of a hassle to try to transport these or all those in this room, and I don't really know where I'd put them anyways. You know, it takes long enough to set this up as it is. It's taken probably about an hour to try to adjust everything and try to set it up in something that actually works on screen. Move them all from my shelving racks that I keep them on. So if you go ahead and like this video, I would really appreciate that. It takes a long time to, even though the editing might not be the greatest, it just kind of takes a long time to be able to organize a video like this, and definitely a special video that I really enjoy making for you guys. I really like showing you guys the collections as they progress throughout the year. So again, I will be going ahead and showing you guys more of the individual sets and collections as the year progresses. I kind of have a sort of a schedule release for those. So thank you all for viewing. I think that's all I have for you today. So have a nice day, and as always, may the Force be with you.